the paper of that book, it's really selected by me, and the feel it's beautiful and collector's book, because maybe one day there will be more books from me.
So when you talk about editing through your eyes, are the photos in the collector's edition the same as the photos in the trade edition?
There are more photos. Some are the same, and there are much more.
So there are photos
Many more.
So I don't understand. So you're the photographer in the collector's edition?
I'm photographer on the collector's edition through my eyes.
That's pretty cool. So give an example, give one sneak peek as to give me one idea. As
sneak peek. For example, nobody can see what I saw from outside of from the White House, from my room, from my private office.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I took it with my own iPhone, and those pictures are inside.
I love that. That's really cool.
And also from my travels when I travel around the world.
Yeah, it's interesting. Your whole career, you've done things your way, and not just in creating this book uniquely, but even the campaign around it. You shot this incredible video campaign to support the book. No other First Lady has ever done anything like that. Frankly, I don't think any other First Lady thought about it. What inspired you to create this campaign with several videos talking to just little nuggets throughout the book?
I want to introduce to the audience what is in the book. So that's why I think now we live in a social, digital world. A lot of people, they are glued to their iPhones, to iPads, to computers. So I want to reach them. And also the way I created, I want to be artistic. It's artistically done, as well as I like to be unique. I like to be different. I think unique, it's very rare to find nowadays. And something you want to be inspiration for other people to think outside of the box. I don't like to repeat stuff. I don't like to, to follow the people. I prefer to lead than to follow.
So the value is there commercially, though. Somebody said to me that the ad campaign that you created surrounding the book was so unique that it captured organically eyeballs that would be valued, throughout the media, on television, in print, globally, that it could be valued at over $200 million today.
Wow,
and my question to you is, if you had gone in a predictable way, less artistic, middle of the road, maybe not hitting on some controversial topics to get people's attention, do you think you would have had that value of a $200 million campaign?
Probably not, because it will be nothing really special, right? Nothing new. So I think people like new, and when you, as they call it, test the waters, and when you put out unique stuff and unique product, I think people, they are interested to find out what it is.
Do you think our society is living in a way that's too safe now as it relates to trying new things, to innovating, to being entrepreneurial?
I think there's still people there out there that they have a vision, they're visionaries, and I admire that they step out and do it their own way. So they're not repeating it. If you have a great idea, why not show to the world?
There's something about American ingenuity, right?
Yes.
I feel like, the Americans take risks, the Americans create, and when they step into it, time and time again, we do better, whether it's in technology, automotive, travel, medicine. We always do great when it comes down to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's great to be innovative and have a different vision and a different output from everybody else.
In 1980, Steve Jobs was in a documentary, and he said, "The computer is the most remarkable tool that we've ever come up with. It's the equivalent of a bicycle for our minds." I love that quote, by the way. And basically, he's addressing technology's transformative nature, the impact that technology can have on people. And you have really been ahead of the curve. I'm thinking about like the concept of ingenuity. Like you've been ahead of the curve as it relates to using emerging technology since you left the White House. It's another first. I don't see any other first lady in history embracing emerging technologies like blockchain, technology, Web3, the way you have. Can you talk a little bit about the circular business model that you established with fostering the future after you left the White House with blockchain technology at the core?
Well, first of all, I'm very interested in technology and the future, what it brings. I feel that also all of these, social media and all of the platforms, they could be very educational also for young children. It just depends how you use it and where you're putting the time to. It could be educational, but could be very toxic as well. So it's all in your own interest, what do you want to watch and what do you want to see. But regarding technology, when I left the White House, it was that kind of a new world out there, and I was really interested in it. Technology and blockchain especially. So, and collectibles. So establish two platforms, Web 2 and Web 3, and that it's melaniatrump.com and usmemorabilia.com. And I designed art and collectibles, and it's very it's very productive because all of that business, as I call it, it's a business in one way, right? It gives back to foster community. So with that, I established Fostering the Future initiative, and the proceeds of that, it goes to the students for their academic success. One day when they finish and they have a degree, they could go and get a job and be successful on their own. And what is better way to see that somebody who has, who didn't have a great opportunities was given the opportunity. Somebody paid for their scholarship, and it goes on in life and be successful and gives back to the community, back to the world.
So that's the circle. The idea
That's the
is
circle.
you leverage technology, you
Yes.
create product, the product sells, a portion of the proceeds goes to children in the foster care community.
Yes.
They go to school, they receive an education that equips them to get an entry-level job in tech maybe, and that's better for all of society.
Yes.
That's
yes.
pretty cool.
And for their own being, right? Imagine you have education, you feel much more secure in yourself. You could stand on your own 2 feet. You don't need to rely on anybody else.
Yeah. The statistic that I read in your book is remarkable that only 3% of children from the foster care community go on to continue some level of education
Correct.
after they reach the age of majority.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's problematic, right? Because the where do they go from there?
Yeah, it's problematic because the other ones, they don't have support. They could end up on the street and, difficult directions in life. So that's why I said, it's important to give them the support.
So looking back at what you've launched in blockchain technology, again, it's very interesting. Most people don't know. I think the first digital collectible or digital asset that you launched was named Melania's Vision.
Yes.
And then you came out with several more celebrating everything from the military to our nation's beautiful parks. You even did something for Women's History Month.
Yes.
What's your role in the process there? Like how much do you participate? I realize with the book, it's just your book, so you
Yes.
have to participate. But as it relates to all of the other platforms, how hands-on are you?
I'm very hands-on. I'm very involved, and I come up with the ideas. I think it's very important for all of these steps in the business to have successful outcome. You really need to be on top of it. So when I have an idea, I talk with my team, and we execute, and that's the most important thing, that execute the right product.
I think it's cool to see that like the crypto tribes are
Yeah.
like coming out and embracing you. Like the Solana blockchain, for example, you've been working with that from the beginning.
Yeah, I started
Did
with
you
them.
select, was that your idea to go to Solana?
Yeah, we with my team, I selected Solana because it was eco-friendly, and it was a great run. I had a great success with from the beginning. So it's great to see the community it's out there, and that's the way they embraced it.
And you're still using it. I know that
Yes.
right now you have several physical assets,
I
from
do.
Christmas ornaments to even the collector's edition, where you're leveraging essentially like real world assets, where a digital collectible comes along with the collector's
Yeah,
edition.
if you buy the collector's edition, you get the digital asset.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you also are even using the technology to airdrop messages into digital wallets of people who have purchased
Who
products.
purchased already? Yes. So
that's-
it's almost like a gift, right?
Do you ever give
Yeah.
them like a secret message? They ever like, you write them a note and put it into their wallet and they're like, Melania Trump just sent me a note. You can't.
Maybe. Yes. Next.
So next, move on.
Next move, yeah,
We're
no, no,
moving on.
yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the AI wars
that's-
for a
I
second.
see.
I think with regards to artificial intelligence, right now on a global scale, you're looking at really two global powerhouses taking the lead, America versus China. So I don't want to get too heavy because I know you don't talk about AI in the book, but who's going to win the AI war?
Well, I hope USA.
That's it.
Well, I hope so. You know, it's interesting. We don't know what is China doing, right? They could be very secretive, and they could be working on it already and advanced. We need to be careful, and I know we have very smart people here in the United States. As I did with social media, and I still do, AI could be very positive, but very dangerous too. If we go positive regarding the medicine and what it's able to do, and helping a human to get more knowledge, it's great. But it could be very dangerous too, because they could take your voice and do something dangerous with it, and they could take your pictures, your image, and they will never figure it out that it's a AI.
So would you support, though, generally speaking, like you mentioned, with the advent of technology, the medical community could
Yes.
really advance. So
Yes.
would you fall on the fence of accelerate and drive growth with regards to artificial intelligence, or would you fall on the opposite side of decelerate and go slow,
I would say go ahead.
go fast?
Go fast, go ahead. But maybe we need to look for some restrictions regarding taking advantage of negative and toxic AI.
The deep fakes and this kind of
Of course,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, it's kind of interesting when you look at the United States and how US-based entities train large language models. They're putting in their perspective, right? And then Zuckerberg is creating more of an open opportunity where it's a wider perspective. It's not just that of a company like OpenAI. China has the specific point of view of the world from the Chinese lens, right? That's happening.
Yeah.
So I think ultimately it's important for America to win this AI war.
Of course.
Because we need to have a more inclusive type of messaging with regards to AI.
Yeah, we need to win for sure.
Yeah. And you had beautiful words as it relates to inclusivity in the book too. You said, our difference create a more fascinating, creative, and innovative world. How so?
The diversity, yes. Different we are, we could learn from each other. And we need to accept individuals the way we are, respect each other. We have a different perspectives, but it's very important that we learn from each other. Because when we have a debate and free speech, we could achieve a lot. And unity is very important too, because we always learn from each other. And